Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It has been a really long time since I've just done like a life update and kind of just let you guys know what we've been up to lately, what's going on with us. So I thought I should get one of those filmed. I've been meaning to do it now for like the last couple weeks, and time just kept getting away from me, and I figured now is a better time than ever. I'm actually over at my mom's house. We have a mobile groomer that comes and grooms our golden doodle Bella and then her little doodle mix Finley. And the mobile groomer always comes to her house. It's like half a mile from where we live. And today is the day they get groomed. And my mom was like, oh my goodness, I forgot I have a doctor's appointment. And I was like, don't worry about it. I'll come sit at your house. I'll bring Bella over so she can get groomed too. And I thought, you have a nice quiet house. I'll take advantage of that instead of filming this later when my kids are home, because that was my other option for today. And I was like, we'll take the peace and quiet. So a little bit of a life update. Not a whole lot has changed. We're pretty much the same old, same old. We are still insanely busy with baseball and like the kids' extracurricular activities. School started back up for us the end of July. So it is currently August 13th, which today is a very special day, side note for us. Our oldest son, Carson, was stillborn August 13th, 2008. So this would have been his 17th birthday. But school started back for us on July 21st. So we are almost a full month into school already, which is wild to me. And the kids are doing fantastic. So Jackson is a junior this year. Cohen is in 8th grade and Aniston is in 5th grade. Cohen and Annie still go to the same school. Their school is pre-K through 8th grade. And then Jackson is at high school, obviously. He got his license back in July. His birthday is July 14th. So he got his license on his birthday and he's been able to drive to school, which has been really fun. It was kind of bittersweet for me because obviously I've always driven him to school and picked him up. So it's like there's pros and cons to that. It's nice that he can do that now. It makes our mornings a lot more chill with like Cohen and Aniston. They can sleep in. We don't have to get up as early. And it's nice that I don't have to fight the traffic of the pickup and drop off at a high school, because that can be wild. So there is, like I said, pros and cons to it, but it's just like bittersweet to see like your oldest child have that little bit of freedom. Like, of course you're gonna worry and like, oh my gosh, is everything okay? But he is absolutely loving it. And he is a really, really good driver. We had him do driver's ed, which it is not required in Arizona, which to me is just so crazy. And maybe it explains why some of the people drive the way that they do here. So he took driver's ed even though it was not required. And he is a great driver. So we are super proud of him and like everything he's accomplishing and the young man he is coming, you know, growing into being and stuff. And obviously we're super proud of Cohen and Aniston too, but it's just crazy to see your oldest one hit these milestones first. And I feel like everything just goes by way too fast. So almost 1 month into school, like I said, Jackson and Cohen both play year-round baseball. Cohen does take summers off, but they still have practices like batting cages, things like that throughout the summer. But Jackson did summer baseball. So he had tournaments all summer. And I want to say each tournament they did was like a 4-day tournament. How these kids can play baseball in like 120 degree weather is beyond me. I don't know how they do it. Like I dang near die just sitting there watching. So he did that and he played for an 18U baseball team. I know he's only 16, and when he started summer ball, he was only 15, but they base it off of your graduation year. So he is a 2027 graduate, which means that he should be playing like 18U baseball. A lot of the kids that are younger for their grade like he is one of the youngest juniors. They can play both. You can either play up and play, you know, with your graduation year, or you can play down and play like 16U. So over the summer, he did 18U baseball. And then he also did a few baseball camps and like weight training and speed and agility camps. So he was crazy busy all summer. He really did not have time to relax. And this was all his choice. Like we gave him the option to do all these things and he wanted to. And then he had, after all of this was said and done, tournaments are over with, camps well, one camp was still going on, but the other camps are finished. We're like, oh, you have 2 weeks of summer left. You get to relax, chill. He got sick. He got strep throat and he was so sick, and he was sick for literally the last 2 weeks of summer. So the poor kid didn't get to do like anything fun, but he got to relax and rest a bit at home. It was just wild. I swear it never fails. He got pneumonia a couple summers ago. Like the poor kid always gets sick in the summer. I don't know why. But yeah, so he did baseball all summer. Cohen just did like batting cages and things like that with his team throughout the summer, but no like games. So that was nice. It was very chill. Aniston is still in tumbling, which they do not do during the summer. Her tumbling is August through May. So she had June and July off. And she actually just started tumbling back up last week. So She is on her second week of tumbling. She goes tonight for that, and she's super excited. She loves it. But as we're kind of moving into the fall baseball season, Cohen he's just doing pony, which is like rec league. He does not have any interest at the moment in doing club ball. Maybe that will change. He's done it before. He just loves baseball, and he just loves to have fun with baseball. So he's just interested in playing with all of his friends. He is not like super competitive, so that doesn't bother him, and he doesn't have really any desire at the moment to be in a more competitive baseball league, like club ball and things like that. So he's just doing rec ball, and Chris is actually coaching along with a couple of our friends. And so he's got some of his very best friends on his team, which is so exciting. He loves it. It makes it so much more fun for him. And then Jackson is doing fall ball with 18U and 16U. So he's playing 2 teams from August through January. So it's fall into winter. And then in January, he's gonna have a couple tournaments, and it ends because beginning of February is high school baseball tryouts. And once high school baseball season starts, if you make the team, which he did, I mean, I'm sure he's on the team again, but if you make the team, you're not allowed to play like club ball outside that, like during school season. So then he will be on strictly school ball from February through May. So he gets to have fun and do club ball, like I said, doing 18U and 16U from August until like January. So we have lots of tournaments coming up. He'll have mostly 2 tournaments a month, sometimes 3. But yeah, that's where we're at right now with like sports and school. I wrote a little list because I am so forgetful and I just ramble. You guys know me, I'm long-winded, of like things I wanted to like update you guys on. So Chris is doing well. He's a project manager, and he is loving his job. He just got awarded a really big project that he bid on, doing some electrical work. He works for like an electrical contractor for a really big fast food chain. So he just got awarded a new job with that. It was supposed to start beginning of September, and it actually got pushed back till March. So that kind of sucks, but very, very exciting that he was awarded this like huge job. So stressful as that is, it's also really great for him because he's winning these huge jobs. So that's good for his career. Let's see what else. I have just been doing the same old with my TikTok and my YouTube. I don't know if you guys remember, but not this last December, but the year prior. So about a year and a half ago, I lost my main TikTok account with like almost 700,000 followers, and I was never able to get it back. And I got reported by this girl who had followed me for years and years and years, and I knew who she was. I don't know, just really weird, out of the blue, she decided she didn't like me anymore and just like mass reported my account. I ended up getting it taken down, so I had to start all over again. And as weird as it sounds, that was kind of a blessing in disguise, because I think at that point, TikTok had gotten to the point where it wasn't fun for me anymore. It was a mean and nasty place where a lot of people just came to, I don't know, like take things out on, like I was targeted with so much BS and hate. It was sickening. And I would try to step away from it, but then I felt like I was letting down the nice people that were truly kind to me if I stepped away. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise. It got taken away because I got to take a step back. I got to breathe. I got to start fresh. And it has been the best experience ever. So my account was nowhere near, I think I'm at finally 47,000 compared to almost 700,000. But let me tell you, those 47,000 people that are following me on this like new TikTok account are always so kind. Knock on wood, I hardly ever get any hate or bullying or rude comments. And it's just been a breath of fresh air, to be honest. So it's also given me a chance to start trying to focus more on our YouTube. I feel like when I first started YouTube, I was gung-ho with it. And then as my TikTok like took off, it grew extremely fast. And with that came brand deals and all of these like obligations. And I think I got really overwhelmed and stressed with TikTok and YouTube. So YouTube took a back seat, and I just put that on the back burner. And I didn't do a lot of things with it for a long time. I think if I look back over like the last year, I only had a handful of videos that I uploaded. So a couple months ago, I was like, it's time to start taking YouTube more seriously and putting more effort into it, because YouTube has always been a safe space for me. The community has always been fantastic. I could probably count on one hand the number of mean comments I've ever gotten on YouTube. It's just been, I don't know, it's just a nice, comforting place for me. And just when I think of YouTube, I don't have any like negative thoughts about it. I don't have any like bad feelings or bad experiences. So I was like, why don't I put more energy into YouTube and like get back on that path that I was like so gung-ho about when I first started it. So I've been trying to upload way more videos. Hence why I asked you guys a while back, like vlogs, life update, obviously grocery hauls. That's what everybody wants on my channel. And so I was just kind of trying to put feelers out there to see what you guys would like to see more of on our channel. So let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see more of. I just did a vlog the other day. I love doing the vlogs for YouTube, so I'm down to film more of those. If there's anything else you guys want to see, I am open to suggestions and feedback. In fact, I greatly appreciate suggestions and feedback. I don't want my channel to be all grocery hauls, but when I quit doing the grocery hauls, let me tell you, I heard from people. So many people were coming to my TikTok like, bring back the YouTube grocery hauls, grocery hauls, grocery hauls. And so I'm like, okay, so I brought them back, but I just don't want my channel to be all grocery hauls. So let me know what you would like to see video content wise. And we'll go from there, I guess. I'm excited to put forth some more effort into YouTube and see what happens with that. I'm in turn with being a smaller account now on TikTok, I've had a lot less brand deals, which has been nice because I'm able to be, I don't want to say like picky, but it puts into perspective, like I've been there, done that. And like, I've always only worked with brands I was truly interested in working with anyways. So I did used to turn down a lot of brands when I had my larger account, but now that I don't have as many brands flocking to me, it's like a lot less pressure. But still, the two #1 collabs that I absolutely love and have stuck with me through and through has been Betty's and Nerdy Nuts. So I'm still doing that. And I do have some like brand deals that will come like for short term, like a video here or a video there. So like I still do that kind of stuff. But my long-term brand deals, Betty's and Nerdy Nuts, hands down, two like amazing companies that have like stuck with me. I'm trying to think, I've already gone over a lot of this. So like Jackson's driving, I already went over all that. Labor Day is coming up the end of this month, and the kids and I are flying to Washington to visit my brother, sister-in-law, my nieces, and my nephew. My brother just bought a cabin, and so we're gonna go spend the weekend in the cabin up at the base of Mount Rainier. It's gorgeous up there, and I am so excited. Chris was gonna come with us, but then he got invited, like literally the day I was booking the tickets. Thankfully, I hadn't booked them yet because I was gonna buy him a plane ticket, and he got invited to go on this really cool golf trip for work. He has a lot of really cool opportunities. I'll kind of go into that in a minute, with work to do like a lot of really cool, like fun stuff that's like actually like networking with other contracting companies and things like that in the Valley. So he got invited on this really cool golf trip in northern Arizona where the weather's going to be cooler, and it's at a couple of these golf courses that he probably never would play at otherwise because golf is not a cheap hobby. And so these other companies have invited him and some of his coworkers to go on a golf trip where they're paying for the cabin, they're paying for golf, like it's an all expense paid trip. And it's kind of like, why would you not take advantage of that? He loves to golf. So I told him, I said, you go on your golf trip and the kids and I will go up to the cabin. So that's what we're doing. So the kids and I are leaving like Thursday, I think it's like the 28th of August, and we're gonna be gone till Tuesday. We get home Tuesday evening. So just a long weekend, but they are so excited to go see their cousins, and like my cousin, her husband, and her 3 kids are gonna meet us up there. Some other family members are coming up to meet us there, and like we're just gonna have this like mini family reunion, camping. It's gonna be so fun. So the town where the cabin is a very, very small town. It's called Packwood, Washington. And it's just an area that holds a special place in my heart and means so much to my family as a whole. When I was like 6 months old, my parents bought property in Packwood. And so I grew up literally from the time I was an infant all the way until, I mean, my parents finally sold their property like 6 years ago. So I mean, well into my adulthood going to Packwood. Every weekend as a kid, pretty much every weekend, we would go to Packwood. We have started out with just property there, and then it turned into my mom building a cabin on the property. So we'd go to the cabin every weekend, bring friends. Our family reunions every year were held up there. So it's just a place I have so many, for one, fond memories with my dad, but with just family in general. Packwood has always been a happy place for all of us, and it's just a beautiful area. And so I'm so excited to get to go back, because shortly after we moved to Arizona, we've been here 13 years, me and the kids would go back every summer to Packwood and spend 6-7 weeks just to get out of the heat and just enjoy time with family. And then my parents, like I said, 6 years ago, sold their property. And so we haven't been back since to Packwood. And I'm really excited to go. And I'm so excited some of my cousins are coming with their kids. So all of our kids can experience, I mean, my kids have been to Packwood plenty, but all of our kids can experience Packwood together. And that's just gonna be really fun, because I was talking to my cousins and a lot of us were like, some of our best childhood memories stem from summers spent at the cabin. And that's just so special that like those core memories we created, now we get to do that with our kids. So I'm really looking forward to that. My brother actually tried to buy back the cabin that was owned by my parents. He reached out to the current owners to see if they would be interested in selling, and unfortunately they do not want to sell. They love it and they still use it all the time. And because it's at like the base of Mount Rainier, it's like, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes from White Pass, which is like a ski resort. So like they still ski and do all that kind of stuff. Even in the winter, they go up there to ski. So like they were not interested in selling, but my brother was lucky enough to get to buy, my mom's cousin and her husband had a cabin right down the road, and he was able to buy their cabin. So it's still a special cabin that holds memories to our family because they built it after we built ours. And we would meet them up there on the weekends and go over to their cabin for dinner and hang out. They'd come over to our cabin. So I just have a lot of memories over at their cabin even as well. So that's really exciting. So I'm really looking forward to Labor Day weekend and spending some much needed family time together. And I'm hoping that we can make this like a new tradition and get up there in the summers and things like that and spend like, even if it's like a week at the cabin. Just because, like I said, it means so much to me and I have so many great childhood memories from doing that. And like summers spent up there, there's swimming pools, a golf course, and it's just, they're gonna have a blast. So it's really hard for us to do anything over the summer with summer baseball. And I'm hoping that we'll just be able to make it work in the future, especially since Jackson's already a junior and he only has like a couple years, like if you think about it, of baseball left, which is very, very sad. So I'm trying to soak up all of the time I can with that and the enjoyment of having like baseball while we have it. It's just, it's bittersweet. Other than that, yeah, I mean, just same old, just been busy with everything going on. I think the last thing to talk about, I guess, would be fall break. Usually fall break, we go to Mexico with our friends every year. It's like our tradition. And we go for like 5 days. I don't know if it's gonna happen this year. One of our friends, their daughter's in college now and she doesn't get a fall break that lines up with everyone else's fall break. So that kind of sucks. They don't wanna go without her, which I understand. You only get so many years to do family vacations and it's so hard once they're older and that doesn't work out. So we're still trying to work it out. I need to get Jackson a passport now that he's 16. We would like to still try to go to Mexico for fall break, but Chris has a work trip the end of September. He gets to go on a cruise, an all expense paid cruise for work. And so we have to kind of try to work around that. And there is a couple other families that we normally go to Mexico with, and some of them are saying like, yeah, I can still make it work, others are not. So regardless, we wanna do something for fall break just because that's always been our family's like time to take a vacation, especially since Jackson started summer baseball a couple years ago. We used to have summers off from baseball, and then once he got to the age of high school, it was like, that's what all the high school kids do. They play summer ball. And so we haven't got to do like a really summer trip in a while. So fall break's just been our go-to for vacations. So we talked to some friends and we'll either try to make Mexico work again on fall break or like San Diego or something. So try to do something. But like I mentioned earlier, I'm all over the place with this, you guys, so I apologize in advance. But like the work perks for Chris's job, the golf trip, the cruise. We just got to go see Chris Stapleton in concert last Saturday. All expense paid. One of his vendors bought a suite at the concert. And we got to go for free. We got a parking pass. We got to go up in the suite. And there was like, I don't know, like 15 of us in this suite. And it's like one of those suites where like food's provided, all of your drinks are provided, alcohol, everything. Like you don't have to spend a dime. You get best seats in the house. Like it was so much fun. And Chris Stapleton was so amazing to see live. I'm a huge Chris Stapleton fan, but I had never seen him live before. And his voice is incredible. Like, so good. Probably the best concert I've ever been to. So that was a lot of fun. But he gets a lot of cool perks like that where he gets to go on golf trips and cruises and just fun things. Like we went to a Diamondbacks game last week in his company and got to sit up close because his company has season tickets and nobody was going to the game that night. So he got to use the season tickets. So a lot of cool stuff like that. So we're very, very blessed. He loves his job, loves where he works. And there are times when I'm like homesick for the like Pacific Northwest and for family mostly because I don't miss the rain. But I'm like, oh, I want to be home. Like, I want to move back where I can be all around my family, because that's where a majority, all of my family is still like in the Pacific Northwest. And especially now that my brother and sister-in-law have settled back there, it's like we could go back and we could be surrounded by family, and then we could do weekends at the cabin, baseball permitting, and things like that. But it's so hard when we're so settled here and we have a fantastic support group and amazing friends here. It's just hard. It's tough. It's like we don't want to move, and we won't. We're not going to move, but you do miss out on things like that. So it helps when we get to make these little trips back. I'm hoping we can just do more of them, and my brother and sister-in-law can do more trips down here so we can see each other, and then it makes it a little easier. But I think that's all I have for my life update. I'm sorry, I've blabbed on forever. I have a list, like I said, because I'm a loser and I didn't want to forget anything, and I've gone over everything on my list. So if you guys have any suggestions for content, like I said earlier, I love the suggestions and the feedback. I would greatly appreciate it on what you would like to see on our YouTube channel. But other than that, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. And I've done all my grocery hauls for the week. I've done Costco, I've done Fry's. So next week I'll be back with a regular weekly grocery haul from Fry's. But besides that, I think I'll try to do another vlog, maybe end of this week, beginning of next week. So let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in watching. And if you think I should vlog our Washington trip up to the cabin, I would, you know what, actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, I would like to vlog our Washington trip and share with you what a special place Packwood is, and like all that, how, I just can't even begin to tell you guys how beautiful it is up there in the mountains. It's gorgeous. So that's what I'll do. I will vlog our Washington trip. I probably won't vlog like every single day that we're there, but I will definitely vlog and show you guys so I can share that with you all, because it is so beautiful. But anyways, until next time, guys, have a great day, and I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. Bye, guys.